Good morning, everyone. So, for this week lesson, we are going to discuss a play entitled Why Women Wash Dishes. All right? And again, congratulations. We are now on the third week of the third quarter. Why Women Wash Dishes is a one-act play adapted from the story Why Women Wash Dishes by Philomena Cortino. So in this play, we are going to find out why women and not men wash the dishes. So are you ready? And of course, let's start by identifying or rather by meeting the author first. So, who is Philomena Cortino? So, she was a prolific short story writer. She used to live in Quezon City and had a bookshelf filled with copies of her book. She trained in the UK, went to Cambridge on a scholarship grant, and won several awards for her works. Her best awarded story is Why Women Wash Dishes. So Philomena went all over Europe and some parts of the Middle East, and when she came back from the UK, she went into teaching in private school. So that is Philomena Cortino. So let's have the characters in the play. First, we have Ka Maldang, a stout woman around 30 years old. Next, we have her husband, Ka Ugong, a thin, henpecked husband, about 33 years old. So when we say henpecked, it means that he is continually criticized and given orders by his wife. So that is Ka Ugong. Next, we have neighbor. So Ugong and Maldang's compadre. Next, we have the herbalist. It is an old quack doctor in the village. Next, we have the 7 men and 7 women, all right? Now let's check our word bank. So here are some difficult words that you may encounter in reading the story or the play Why Women Wash Dishes. So first we have nosy. So it means meddling or curious. Next, henpecked. So a husband who never contradicts to his wife like Ka Ugong. Next, we have wager. It is a pledge to do something or abide by an outcome. Next, we have malady. It is a sickness or disorder. Next is frizz, a drama term used in which during a live performance, the actors will frizz at a particular time to enhance a particular scene or to show an important moment in the play. And the last is meddlers. So it means the interferers or the gossipers, all right? So those are some difficult words in the play. And there you go, the summary of the story. So in a small town in Santa Rosa, there lives a couple who always fight on who gets to wash the dishes. So their names are Hugo and Imelda. So their neighbors call Hugo as Ka Ugong and Imelda as Ka Maldang. Alright, so that is Hugo and the other one is Ka Maldang. So Hugo said, let's stop quarreling over the plates. Let's have, or rather, let us have a wager. So what wager are you talking about? So let's continue. So they decided to settle on who gets to wash the dishes once and for all. They agreed whoever speak or talk first shall wash the dishes for the rest of their lives. And they fell into deep silence after they started to bet. After that, their neighbors soon noticed what is going on because they were trying to borrow something from them and they were curious about what happened. So they took turns on trying to get them to talk, but not a single word was uttered. So the neighbors decided to call the village herb doctor because they were already worried about Ka Maldang and Ka Ugong. So let's find out what will happen to Ka Maldang and Ka Ugong. The Herb Man came in the house and asked the couple to lie down on a woven buri mat. So Ka Ugong obediently followed, but Ka Maldang refused to lie down. So the Herb Man suspected that they were bewitched, possessed by evil spirits. So the herb man spat on his palm, dipped a forefinger of the other hand into the nut-colored saliva, and marked with it a cross on the forehead of Ka Ugo. And when he was about to mark Ka Maldang's forehead, she caught the herb man's finger and twisted it. So the herb man screamed because of the pain. Now let's have the climax of the play. So the Herb Man decided to bury them so that the evil spirits possessed them would not spread among them. So he ordered the men to gather bamboo to build a coffin for the bewitched couple, and they ought to bury them at sunrise. With that, Kaugong thought it was a fun game and he is enjoying. So he said to himself, I am not afraid of being buried. Why? I will just get out of the grave when the neighbors are gone. This is fun and I am enjoying this game. How I will frighten them when I return from my grave. While Ka Muldang is worried but confident enough that Ka Ugong will do something. So she said to herself, these meddlers will surely use force to put me in the coffin, but I won't talk. Of course, I'm pretty sure my husband Hugo will not allow this man lifting his dear Muldang into the coffin. Surely, Hugo will not let me be buried tomorrow, so I am afraid to sleep in that coffin. So, what do you think? Will Ka Hugo will talk first and will not allow men to bury his beloved Muldang? Well, let's find out on the next slide. Alright, so Kaugong did nothing, and Kamaldang can't take it anymore, so she immediately pushes the men when they were about to lift her. She goes to her feet and shouted to the neighbors. She shouted them to get out of their house and stop meddling with their lives. So that was when Kaugong already spoke and said he won and even confirmed that Maldang talked first to the neighbors, and Kap Maldang gets a wooden chair and runs after Ugong. Okay, so that's the end of the story. Now, grade 8, you know now the reason why women wash the dishes. So, did you like the story of Ka Maldang and Ka Hugo, or Ka Ugong rather? Alright, so that's the end of our lesson for today, grade 8. See you on our next live discussion. Again, this is Teacher Mitch, your English teacher, saying excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. So, goodbye everyone. Have a nice day.